They came on a Tuesday. I remember because I was supposed to meet Jim at the hardware store that afternoon. We were pricing out lumber for his deck. Instead, I'm sitting in my own living room watching 3 people talk about me like I'm not there. My son Brian sits in the chair across from me, the one his mother reupholstered last spring. Next to him is a woman in a gray suit who introduced herself as Dr. Elizabeth Kearns. On the couch, a man in his 40s with thinning hair and a leather portfolio. Dennis Morton, attorney at law. "Mr. Brennan," the doctor says, leaning forward slightly. "Your son is concerned about some recent lapses." I don't say anything. Just look at her. Brian shifts in his seat. "Dad, you forgot Mom's birthday." "I didn't forget," I say. "I took her to dinner on Saturday. Her birthday was Thursday. We celebrated Saturday. She wanted to go to that Italian place. They're closed Thursday." The doctor writes something down. Brian's jaw tightens. "That's not," he starts. His wife Melissa cuts him off. I hadn't noticed her standing by the doorway. She's always been good at that, staying just outside the frame until the right moment. "What about the bills?" she asks. "You told us you couldn't remember if you paid the electric bill." I said I couldn't remember if I paid it online or by check. I paid it. Want to see the receipt? The lawyer clears his throat. "Mr. Brennan, we're not here to argue specifics. Your family is worried. These types of concerns, even if they seem minor individually, can indicate a pattern." "A pattern of what?" "Cognitive decline," the doctor says gently. "It's nothing to be ashamed of. Many people— I'm 62. Age isn't always the factor. Stress, medical conditions, even medications can— I'm not on any medications." Brian leans forward. "Dad, please. Just let them help." I look at my son. Really look at him. He's wearing a button-down I don't recognize. Expensive. His watch catches the light from the window. Also new. Last I heard, he was having trouble with his mortgage. "Help how?" I ask. The lawyer opens his portfolio. Inside are papers. Lots of them. He slides one across the coffee table. "This is a medical power of attorney," he says. "It would allow Brian to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you're unable to do so." I'm sitting right here. I'm able. "It's precautionary," the doctor adds. "Many families find it brings peace of mind." I pick up the paper. The language is dense, legal. I scan it anyway. Something catches my eye. "This is dated last week." The lawyer blinks. "Yes, we prepared it in advance to save time. Before you even talk to me." Silence. Brian stands up. "Dad, you're being difficult." "I'm being careful. This is exactly what we're talking about. This paranoia. This resistance to— I'm not paranoid. I'm reading." My wife Ellen appears from the hallway. She's been in her office this whole time. I wondered when she'd show up. She doesn't sit. Just stands there with her arms crossed, watching. "What do you think?" Brian asks her. She doesn't answer right away. Ellen's always been like that. She thinks before she speaks. It drove Brian crazy when he was a kid. "I think," she says slowly, "that this is a lot of paperwork for a Tuesday afternoon." The doctor smiles. Professional. Placating. "Mrs. Brennan, I understand this feels overwhelming, but early intervention." "What intervention?" Ellen asks. "He hasn't been diagnosed with anything." "We'd like to conduct an evaluation. Just a baseline assessment. It's standard for someone in his age group who's showing—" "Showing what?" I ask. The room goes quiet again. It's the lawyer who breaks it. "Mr. Brennan, have you reviewed your financial accounts recently?" "What?" "Your accounts. Have you checked them?" "I check them every week." "And everything seemed in order?" "Why wouldn't it?" He exchanges a glance with Brian. It's quick, but I catch it. "Dad," Brian says, "there were some unusual transactions. Last month." "What transactions?" "Transfers. Large ones." I set the paper down. "From where to where?" From your savings account to, we're not sure. The bank flagged it. This is news to me. I look at Ellen. She looks just as confused. How large? I ask. 15,000. My stomach drops. Not because it happened, because I know it didn't. Show me. We don't have the statements here, the lawyer says quickly. But Brian has been in contact with your bank. You've been talking to my bank? As your son, I have certain rights to inquire about. No, you don't. The lawyer shifts. In cases of suspected elder abuse or cognitive impairment. I'm not impaired and nobody's abusing me. Then where did the money go? Melissa asks from the doorway. I stand up. Everyone tenses, like I'm going to do something. I'm 62 years old and I spent 30 years as a building inspector. I know how to read people. I know when someone's following code and when they're cutting corners. This whole thing is a cut corner. I want you all to leave, I say. Dad, now. The doctor stands slowly. Mr. Brennan, I really think... You think I'm confused? I heard you. I'm not. Get out of my house. Brian doesn't move. We're trying to help you. No, you're not. What's that supposed to mean? I don't answer. Not yet, because I don't have all the pieces, but I'm starting to see the shape of them. The lawyer gathers his papers. The doctor puts her notepad away. Melissa doesn't say anything else. She just watches. Always watching. Brian stops at the door. This isn't over. I know. After they leave, Ellen sits down on the couch. I stay standing. Did you transfer any money? She asks. No. So either the bank made a mistake or Brian's lying. She doesn't argue. We've been married 38 years. She knows how I think. She knows I don't jump to conclusions, and she knows our son. Why would he lie? She asks. I don't know yet. The paperwork was already prepared. They came here with a plan. I know. And the doctor. She wasn't from your practice. I look at her. How do you know? Because I called your doctor's office this morning after Brian told me they were coming. They'd never heard of Dr. Kearns. That's Ellen, always 3 steps ahead. I sit down next to her. My hands are shaking, not from fear, from anger. What do we do? She asks. We figure out what he's trying to do, then we stop him. She nods. We sit there in silence for a while. The afternoon light shifts across the room. My phone buzzes. A text from Jim. You still coming by? I type back. Not today. Something came up. Ellen picks up the power of attorney form from the coffee table. She reads it slowly, methodically. She worked in medical billing for 20 years before she retired. She knows how to read legal documents. This isn't just about healthcare, she says. What do you mean? Look at Section 4. It includes financial decisions, account access, asset management. Let me see. She hands it to me. She's right. Buried in the language is a clause that would give Brian control over nearly everything if a doctor, any doctor, deemed me incapacitated. They came here to get me to sign this, I say. Yes. Why? Because something's wrong. With him, not you. I read the document again. There's a date at the top, not today's date. Last Tuesday, a week ago. Ellen. What? This is dated a week ago. So? So they didn't just prepare this in advance. They prepared it for a specific date, last Tuesday. Why does that matter? I stand up and walk to the window. Brian's car is still in the driveway. He's sitting in the driver's seat. Melissa's next to him. They're talking. Arguing, maybe. I can't hear through the glass, but I can see her hands moving, sharp and quick. Because, I say, last Tuesday was the day I was supposed to meet with the accountant. Ellen goes very still. The accountant. For the estate planning, remember? We were going to update the will. Oh, God. I canceled that meeting. Didn't feel like dealing with it. So he doesn't know you canceled. Right. We look at each other. He thinks you already updated it, Ellen says, and he's trying to get ahead of it. Why? What's in the current will? Everything goes to you, then to him. So what's the problem? I don't answer. Because I don't know yet. But something is very, very wrong. Brian's car pulls away. I watch until it disappears around the corner. Then I go to my office and pull out the filing cabinet. I need to see every piece of paper, every account statement, every document related to our finances. If Brian's been digging around, there'll be traces. Ellen joins me. We work in silence, spreading papers across the desk. 20 minutes later, she finds it. Michael. What? She holds up a bank statement. From 3 months ago. It's for an account I forgot we had. A CD that matured in April. $28,000. So? Look at the transfer date. I look. May 15th. The day it matured, it was transferred to checking. Normal. Now look at this. She shows me another statement. Same account, but this one's from May 20th. It shows another transfer, $15,000, to an account number I don't recognize. I didn't authorize that. I know. Then how? I stop. Because I remember something. Brian came by in May, said he needed to borrow my laptop. His was in the shop. He needed to check his email for work. I let him use it. I was outside mowing the lawn. He was in the house, I say. When? May, for about an hour. Ellen's face goes pale. The password autofill. What? Your bank password. It's saved on your laptop. My stomach drops for the second time today. He didn't just look at my accounts. He accessed them. We need to call the bank, Ellen says. No. What? Why? Because if we call the bank, they'll freeze everything. They'll investigate. It'll take months. And in the meantime, Brian will know we know. So? So I want to know what else he's planning. And why. Ellen stares at me. Michael, he stole from us. I know. We should be smart. He came here today with a doctor and a lawyer. He's not working alone. He's planned this. And whatever this is, it's not finished. She doesn't like it. I can tell. But she doesn't argue. We keep going through the papers. An hour later, we find something else. A letter. From our homeowner's insurance company, dated 6 weeks ago. Did you change our policy? Ellen asks. No. But according to the letter, someone did. The beneficiary was updated. From Ellen to Brian. This isn't legal, she says. They'd need signatures. Authorization. Unless someone called and impersonated me. They'd need personal information. Social security number, account numbers. Which he has. Because I gave him access to the filing cabinet last year when we were organizing the tax documents. Ellen sits down. Her hands are shaking now, too. He's trying to take everything, she says quietly. Yeah. Why? I don't know. But we're going to find out. I pick up my phone. Not to call the bank, to call someone else. Jim answers on the second ring. Hey, you okay? You sounded weird earlier. I'm fine. Listen, you still talk to Pete? The guy who works at the courthouse? Yeah, why? I need him to pull some records for me, quietly. What kind of records? Legal filings, last 6 months, under my name and Brian's name. There's a pause. Mike, what's going on? I'll explain later. Can you do it? Yeah, give me until tomorrow. Thanks. I hang up. Ellen's watching me. What are you thinking? She asks. I'm thinking Brian didn't come up with this on his own. He's not smart enough. Melissa. Probably. So what do we do tonight? We act normal. We don't call him. We don't accuse him of anything. We just wait. For what? For him to make his next move. She nods slowly. And then? I look at her. Really look at her. 38 years of marriage, 2 kids, a grandson. A life built carefully, brick by brick, and someone's trying to tear it down from the inside. Then we make ours. We sit there as the sun sets. The room grows dark. Neither of us turns on the lights. Somewhere across town, my son is probably congratulating himself, thinking he's been clever, thinking he's gotten away with something. He hasn't. I don't sleep well. Ellen doesn't either. We lie there in the dark, both pretending. Around 2 in the morning, I get up and go to the kitchen. Make coffee even though I know it'll keep me wired. I don't care. My mind's already running too fast to stop. I pull out a legal pad and start writing. Everything I know, everything I suspect. Dates, amounts, inconsistencies. The way Brian wouldn't meet my eyes when he asked about the financial transactions. The way Melissa stood in the doorway instead of sitting down. The way the lawyer had papers ready to go. Ellen finds me at 4. Can't sleep either? No. She sits down across from me, looks at my notes. You're making a timeline. Yeah. What have you got? I turn the pad around. It starts in April, maybe earlier. That's when I told Brian we were thinking about updating the will. Remember? Easter dinner. Right. He asked if we'd thought about a trust, which we said no to. Trusts are for rich people. We're not rich. So he knew we were planning to do something, but not what. Then in May, the CD matures, $28,000. He comes by, borrows the laptop. 5 days later, $15,000 disappears from the checking account. Which makes it look like you transferred it and forgot, Ellen says. Right. Early signs of confusion. Forgetfulness. Then June, the insurance policy gets changed. And then last week, according to that power of attorney form, he files papers with the lawyer. And today, they show up here with a doctor. I nod. It's a pattern. He's been building a case. A case for what? For having me declared incompetent. The word hangs in the air. Ugly. Brutal. Ellen wraps her hands around her coffee mug. That's why he needed the power of attorney. If a doctor signs off, he gets control of everything. Yeah. But why? Why does he need it so badly? He's the only son he'd inherit anyway. I know. That's the part I don't understand. Unless he needs money now. I look at her. What do you mean? Think about it. The new clothes, the watch. Melissa's been posting photos online of restaurants, trips. They went to Napa last month. So? So where's the money coming from? He was struggling with his mortgage. Maybe he got a raise. Or maybe he's spending money he doesn't have, banking on getting it soon. It clicks into place. He's in debt. Or he's about to be. And he thinks he can solve it if he gets access to our accounts. I lean back in my chair. How much do we have? Ellen thinks for a second. In checking and savings? Maybe 40,000. The CDs, another 30. The house is paid off. Probably worth 400 in this market. Retirement accounts, another 200,000. Life insurance pays out 300. So we're talking almost $1 million in total assets. If he can get declared our guardian or power of attorney, he controls all of it. He can sell the house, cash out the retirement accounts, take penalties, but still walk away with 700,000, I finish. That's enough to solve a lot of problems. We sit in silence for a minute. What time does Jim usually get to the warehouse? I ask. 7, I think. I'll call him then. And then? Then we figure out what Brian's really into. Ellen gets up, rinses her mug. I'm going to shower. Try to pretend today is normal. Is it? No, but I'm good at pretending. She leaves. I sit there with my notes. The sky outside starts to lighten, gray, then pale blue. My phone rings at 6:47. Jim. You're up early, I say. Couldn't wait. Pete came through. You're not going to like it. Tell me. There's a filing, from 2 weeks ago, petition for guardianship, temporary, filed by Brian Brennan on behalf of Michael Brennan. My chest tightens. Guardianship. Yeah, it's scheduled for a hearing next week, Thursday. Says you're experiencing cognitive decline and are at risk of financial exploitation. Financial exploitation. That's what it says. There's also a request for immediate access to bank accounts pending the hearing. Did they grant it? No. Judge wants a medical evaluation first. That's probably why they brought the doctor yesterday. I close my eyes. What else? There's a separate filing. From 3 weeks ago. A lien. Against your property. What? Someone filed a mechanic's lien on your house. For work allegedly done in April. $42,000. I didn't have any work done. I know, but it's on record. Filed by a company called Summit Contracting LLC. Pete looked it up. Registered in May. Owner is listed as Melissa. How'd you know? Lucky guess. Jim exhales loudly. Mike, this is fraud. You need to call a lawyer, like right now. I will, but first, I need to understand something. What? If there's a lien on the house and Brian gets guardianship, what happens? Silence. Jim? Then he'd have the authority to sell the house to pay off the lien. And if Melissa owns the company that holds the lien, then she gets the money from the sale, minus whatever she wants to claim as owed. My hands are shaking, not from fear, from rage. Mike, are you okay? Yeah. You don't sound okay. I'm fine. Thanks for this. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. Be careful. I hang up. Ellen's standing in the hallway. She heard everything. They filed a lien, she says. Yeah. On our house. Yeah. I've never heard Ellen swear like that. Not once in 38 years. She walks over to the table, picks up my notes, reads them again. So if they succeed, they force us out of our house, take the sale money, and leave us with nothing. That's the idea. Ellen. No. I'm serious. He's not taking this house. We built this. We raised him here. He is not. She stops. Takes a breath. What do we do? We need a lawyer. Who? I think for a second. Karen. From church. She does estate law. It's 6 a.m. I'll email her. Ask for an appointment today. I do. While Ellen paces the kitchen. While the coffee gets cold. While the sun comes up on the worst day of our lives. Except it's not the worst. Not yet. Because I'm going to make sure Brian has a worse one. Karen emails back at 8. She can see us at 10. We spend the next 2 hours getting ready. Ellen prints every bank statement we have, every insurance document, every piece of mail from the last 6 months. We put it all in a folder, 2 inches thick. At 9:45, we get in the car. Ellen drives. I sit in the passenger seat and watch the neighborhood go by. Houses I've driven past for 20 years. People I know, normal lives, normal problems. We're not normal anymore. Karen's office is in a strip mall between a nail salon and a tax prep place. Not fancy, but she's smart and she's honest, and right now that's all I need. She meets us in the waiting room. Late 50s, short gray hair, reading glasses on a chain. She takes one look at our faces and says, "Come on back." We sit. She sits. Ellen hands over the folder. "Start from the beginning," Karen says. So we do. All of it. The missing money, the doctor visit, the power of attorney, the guardianship petition, the lien. Karen doesn't interrupt, just listens and takes notes. When we're done, she leans back in her chair and says, "This is bad." I know. No, I mean this is criminally bad. He's committed fraud, multiple times, and if he succeeds with the guardianship petition, he'll have legal cover to keep doing it. Can you stop it? Ellen asks. I can file an objection to the guardianship petition. That's easy. The lien is harder. Mechanics' liens have a presumption of validity. You'll need to prove the work was never done. I have photos, time-stamped, from April. The house looks the same. Good, that helps, but you'll need more. Neighbors who can testify, documentation, and you'll need to file a motion to release the lien. That takes time. How much time? Months, maybe longer. Ellen's face falls. We don't have months. The hearing is next week. Then we focus on the hearing. We get an independent medical evaluation. We show the judge you're competent. We expose the fraud. And Brian? I ask. Karen looks at me. You want to press charges? I want him to pay. Criminal or civil? Both. That's going to get ugly. I don't care, She nods. Okay, give me until tomorrow. I'll draft a response to the petition. I'll also send a demand letter to Summit Contracting, and I'll refer you to a friend of mine who handles white-collar crime. His name is Paul Hernandez, former prosecutor. He'll know what to do. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. This is going to be expensive, and it's going to hurt. I know. We leave the office. Ellen doesn't say anything until we're back in the car. He's going to know we talked to a lawyer, she says. Yeah. He'll make another move. Probably. Are you ready? I look at her. Are you? Yes. Then so am I. We drive home. When we pull into the driveway, there's a car parked across the street. Dark sedan. Someone sitting inside. Who's that? Ellen asks. I don't know. We get out. The person in the sedan gets out too. It's a woman. 30s, professional clothes, badge clipped to her belt. Michael Brennan? She calls. Yeah? She walks over, hands me a business card. Detective Lisa Grant, I'd like to ask you a few questions. My stomach drops. About what? A complaint was filed this morning, alleging elder abuse. Your son claims you've been threatening him. Ellen grabs my arm. That's not true. I'm sure it's not, the detective says calmly. But I have to follow up. Can we talk inside? I don't move. Am I under arrest? No. I just want to hear your side. Then hear it here. I haven't threatened anyone. Brian came to my house yesterday with a fake doctor and tried to trick me into signing a power of attorney. When I refused, he left. That's it. The detective writes something down. Fake doctor? She wasn't from my medical practice. My wife verified it. Do you have documentation? We have everything. And we just came from a lawyer's office. Your timing's interesting. She looks up from her notepad. What's that supposed to mean? It means my son is trying to steal my house and my money, and now he's trying to make me look dangerous so I can't fight back. That's a serious accusation. It's the truth. She studies me for a long moment. Then she closes her notepad. I'll make a note in my report that you deny the allegations. If anything else comes up, I'll be in touch. That's it? For now. She walks back to her car, drives away. Ellen's still holding my arm. He's escalating. Yeah. He's scared. Good. We go inside. I lock the door behind us. Then I lock the windows. Then I go to the garage and pull out the old baseball bat I used to keep by the bed when the kids were little, before the neighborhood got safe. It's not safe anymore. Alan meets us Sunday morning. Neutral ground. Coffee shop downtown. He shows up with a digital recorder and a notepad. Old school. I like that. Ellen sits next to me. Alan sits across. He orders black coffee. Doesn't touch it. Before we start, he says, I need to know this is real. I'm not printing gossip or family drama. I need facts. I have facts. Show me. I pull out my phone, show him the bank statements, the insurance documents, the guardianship petition, the mechanic's lien, the security footage from Friday night. He takes his time, asks questions, takes notes, his coffee gets cold. 30 minutes later, he leans back and whistles. This is worse than you made it sound. I know. He's trying to steal everything. Yeah. And you want me to print it. I want you to print the truth. The truth is going to destroy your family. It's already destroyed. He looks at Ellen. You're on board with this? Yes. Why? Because he stopped being my son when he decided I was in his way. Alan nods. Okay, I'll write it. But I need to verify everything independently. I need to talk to the lawyer, the bank, the police. That takes time. How much time? Tuesday. Maybe Wednesday. The hearing is Tuesday. Then I'll run it Tuesday morning, online first, print edition Wednesday. Deal. We shake hands. Alan leaves. Ellen and I sit there with our coffee. No going back now, she says. Nope. You're sure? Are you? She thinks for a second. I'm angrier than I've ever been. At him, At Melissa, at myself for not seeing it sooner. We both missed it. But we're not missing it now. No. We drive home. Spend the rest of Sunday preparing. Ellen organizes documents. I rehearse what I'll say at the hearing. Karen sent us a prep guide. 20 pages. What to expect, how to answer questions, what not to say. Sunday night, Brian calls again. I don't answer. He leaves another voicemail. Dad, I know you're getting bad advice. Please don't do something you'll regret. We can work this out. As a family. I delete it. Monday morning, the process server finds Brian. He served with the civil suit at 9:15 a.m. I know because Paul texts me. He's been served. Expect fallout. The fallout comes at 10:30. A voicemail from Melissa. No more pretend sweetness, just rage. You're destroying him, over money. That's what this is about, isn't it? You can't stand that he's successful, that he's built something. So you're tearing him down. You're disgusting. Ellen listens to it, shakes her head. She really believes that. Or she's panicking because the fraud's exposed. Both, probably. At 11 thou, Karen calls. The judge's office confirmed. Hearing is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Courtroom 4B. Bring everything, every document, every piece of evidence, and bring your wife. Her testimony will matter. Got it. And Mike? Yeah? Don't lose your temper, no matter what Brian says or what his lawyer argues. Stay calm. Let the facts speak. I will. I hang up. Ellen's watching me. You're smiling? She says. Am I? Yes. Can't help it. Why? Because tomorrow we win. You sound confident. I am. We have everything. Documents, witnesses, footage, testimony. They have lies and forged signatures. Judges have surprised people before. Not this one. Trust me. Monday afternoon, Alan calls. Story's ready. Running it online at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Print edition hits stands by 8. What's the headline? Local man accused of defrauding elderly parents in guardianship scheme. Perfect. You sure about this, Mike? Once it's out, it's out. I'm sure. Okay, good luck tomorrow. Monday night, I don't sleep. Not because I'm nervous, because I'm ready. Ellen doesn't sleep either. We lie in bed, holding hands in the dark. Whatever happens tomorrow, she says, we did the right thing. I know. Even if we lose, we won't. But if we do, we won't. She squeezes my hand. I love you. I love you too. At 5:45 a.m., my phone buzzes. Email notification. From Alan. Subject. It's live. I open it. Click the link. There's the headline. There's Brian's name. There's the story. Every detail. Every document. Every accusation. I forward it to Karen. She responds immediately. Perfect timing. See you at the courthouse. At 7:30, my phone starts ringing. Jim. Pete. People from church. People I haven't talked to in months. I let it go to voicemail, all of them. At 8:00, Brian calls. I answer. Morning, Brian. You went to the press. I told the truth. You destroyed me. You know that? I'll never work again. No one will hire me after this. Should have thought about that before you committed fraud. I didn't. Yes, you did. And now everyone knows. I'm your son. Not anymore. I hang up. Ellen's in the kitchen. She heard the whole thing. How do you feel? She asks. Good. Really? Really. No regrets? None. At 1 p.m., we get ready. Ellen wears a navy dress, professional, serious. I wear a suit, the one I wore to my father's funeral, felt appropriate. At 1:30, we drive to the courthouse. Karen meets us in the lobby. She has 2 briefcases, both full. Are you ready? She asks. Yes. Remember, stay calm. Answer only what you're asked. Don't volunteer information. Got it. We take the elevator to the 4th floor. Courtroom 4B is at the end of the hall. The doors are closed. We sit on the bench outside and wait. At 1:50, Brian arrives, with Melissa, with his lawyer. They don't look at us. Don't acknowledge us. Just go through the doors. At 1:55, Karen stands. Time to go. We follow her inside. The courtroom is smaller than I expected. Wood paneling, fluorescent lights, a bench at the front, empty chairs in the gallery. Brian sits at the plaintiff's table with his lawyer, an older man, expensive suit. Name is Gerald Voss. I recognize him from the original paperwork. We sit at the defense table. Karen unpacks her briefcases, arranges documents in neat stacks. At 2 hours exactly, the judge enters. Everyone stands. Be seated, she says. Judge Monica Delgado, mid-50s, sharp eyes, no-nonsense expression. She reads something on her desk, then looks up. This is a petition for guardianship filed by Brian Brennan on behalf of his father, Michael Brennan. Mr. Voss, you're representing the petitioner? Yes, Your Honor. And Ms. Nguyen, you're representing the respondent? Yes, Your Honor. All right. Mr. Voss, this is your petition. Let's hear it. Voss stands, clears his throat. Your Honor, my client is deeply concerned about his father's cognitive decline. Over the past several months, Mr. Michael Brennan has exhibited signs of confusion, memory loss, and poor judgment. He's made erratic financial decisions, he's become paranoid and hostile, and he's resisted all efforts to obtain medical evaluation. What evidence do you have of cognitive decline? We have testimony from Dr. Elizabeth Kearns, who attempted to evaluate Mr. Brennan but was refused access. We have documentation of unusual financial transactions. And we have statements from family members describing erratic behavior. Ms. Nguyen? Karen stands. Your Honor, this petition is fraudulent. Mr. Brennan is not cognitively impaired. He's the victim of financial exploitation by his son. We have evidence of identity theft, wire fraud, and forgery. We've filed a civil suit and a criminal complaint. And we're prepared to prove that this guardianship petition is part of a broader scheme to steal Mr. Brennan's assets. The courtroom goes silent. Judge Delgado looks at Voss. Mr. Voss, are you aware of these allegations? Your Honor, these are desperate accusations from a man who refuses to accept that he needs help. Answer the question. Are you aware? I'm aware my client has been accused, yes. Of fraud. Yes. And you proceeded with this petition anyway. The accusations are baseless. Are they? Ms. Nguyen, what evidence do you have? Karen pulls out the first stack. Bank records showing unauthorized transfers, security footage showing an attempted break-in at Mr. Brennan's home, a fraudulent mechanics lien filed by a company owned by the petitioner's spouse, and an insurance policy that was changed without Mr. Brennan's authorization. She walks forward, hands copies to the judge, to Voss. Voss flips through them. His face goes pale. Judge Delgado reads slowly, carefully. 2 minutes, 5, 10. Finally, she looks up. Mr. Voss, does your client have an explanation for any of this? Voss leans over, whispers to Brian. Brian shakes his head, whispers back. Your Honor, my client denies any wrongdoing. That's not an explanation. He believes there's been a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding about a $15,000 wire transfer? His father gave him access to the account. For what purpose? Silence. Mr. Voss, I'll need to confer with my client, Your Honor. Take your time. Voss and Brian huddle. Low voices, urgent. Melissa sits behind them, staring at the floor. After 2 minutes, Voss stands. Your Honor, we'd like to request a continuance to review these allegations and provide a proper response. Denied. Your Honor, Mr. Voss, you filed a petition alleging your client's father is mentally incapacitated. You requested immediate guardianship and access to his assets. And now, when confronted with evidence that you're the one exploiting him, you want more time? That's not... Sit down. Voss sits. Judge Delgado turns to me. Mr. Brennan, please stand. I stand. Have you been evaluated by a physician recently? Yes, Your Honor. Last week, by my primary care doctor. I brought the report. Karen hands it forward. The judge reads it. Clean bill of health. No cognitive issues, no memory problems. She looks at me. Do you believe your son is trying to exploit you financially? Yes, Your Honor. Why? Because he's in debt. He needs money, and he thought this was the easiest way to get it. Do you want him to have guardianship over you? Absolutely not. Do you want him to have access to your assets? No. Do you want any relationship with him going forward? I pause. Ellen squeezes my hand. No, Your Honor, I don't. The judge nods, writes something down, then looks at Brian. Mr. Brennan, stand up. Brian stands. He looks smaller somehow, defeated. I'm denying this petition, effective immediately. You have no guardianship over your father, no power of attorney, no access to his accounts or assets. Furthermore, I'm referring this case to the district attorney's office for investigation into possible fraud. Do you understand? Brian doesn't answer. Mr. Brennan, do you understand? Yes, he whispers. You're dismissed. Voss gathers his papers. Brian turns, looks at me. I stare back. No expression, no sympathy. He leaves. Melissa follows. The doors close behind them. Judge Delgado looks at me. Mr. Brennan, I'm sorry you had to go through this. Thank you, Your Honor. Do you have additional counsel for the civil and criminal matters? Yes, Your Honor. Good. I hope they throw the book at him. She stands. Everyone stands. She leaves through the side door. Karen turns to me, smiles. We won. Yeah. Completely, decisively. Yeah. Ellen hugs me. I hug her back. We stand there in the empty courtroom, holding each other. It's over, she says. Not yet. What do you mean? He'll try something. One more time. They always do. How do you know? Because I would. We leave the courthouse. The sun's too bright. The air's too warm. Everything feels surreal. My phone buzzes. A text from Paul. Heard the news. Congratulations. DA's office will contact you this week. Another buzz. Jim. Saw the article. Holy shit, Mike. You okay? Another. Pete. Proud of you, buddy. Another. A number I don't recognize. This is Alan. Can we talk? I want to do a follow-up story. I don't respond to any of them. Just get in the car. Ellen drives. We go home, park in the driveway, sit there for a minute. What happens now? Ellen asks. Now we wait for Brian's next move. What if he doesn't make one? He will. How do you know? Because he has nothing left to lose. We're right. Tuesday night, around 10 p.m., my phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. Heavy breathing. Then, you're going to regret this. Who is this? Click. They hang up. I check the camera feeds. Nothing. Front door, back door, driveway. All clear. Ellen comes downstairs. What's wrong? Someone called, threatened me. Brian? Maybe, or Melissa. Couldn't tell. Should we call the police? And say what? Someone breathed heavy and hung up? It's a threat. It's words. They can't arrest someone for words. She doesn't like it, but she doesn't argue. We go to bed. I don't sleep. Just lie there listening. Every sound is amplified. Every creak is an intruder. Every car is Brian. Nothing happens. Wednesday morning, Alan's follow-up story runs. Judge denies guardianship petition, refers case to DA. It's shorter than the first one, more factual, less inflammatory. The comments section is brutal. People I've never met calling Brian every name in the book. People defending him, saying I'm vindictive. People saying we're both wrong. I stop reading. Wednesday afternoon, Karen calls. The DA wants to meet Friday morning. Can you make it? Yes. Bring everything. They're serious about prosecution. Good. Thursday is quiet. Too quiet. No calls, no texts, no threats. I keep checking the cameras. Nothing. Ellen notices. You're waiting for something. Yeah. What if it doesn't come? It will. Maybe he's given up. He hasn't. Thursday night, I'm watching TV when the power goes out. Whole house, instant darkness. I grab my phone, use the flashlight. Ellen comes downstairs. What happened? She asks. Don't know, breaker maybe. I go to the garage, open the electrical panel. Everything's fine. Breakers are all in the on position. It's not the breaker, I call. Then what? I go outside, check the meter. It's spinning. Power's coming in, but something's wrong. Then I see it, the main line. Someone cut it, clean slice, about 6 feet up the pole. Ellen, call 911. What? Someone cut the power line. Call 911, now. She does. I go back inside, lock the doors, check the cameras. They're on battery backup, still recording. I pull up the footage. Rewind. 9:42 p.m. A figure approaches from the side yard. Same dark clothes, same hood, same jacket. They have wire cutters. They climb the utility pole. Fast, practiced, cut the line, climb down, run. I zoom in. Can't see the face. Can't see anything identifying, but I know who it is. The cops arrive 15 minutes later. 2 officers. They look at the cut line, take photos, take a statement. Any idea who did this? One asks. My son. Your son? Yes. We're in the middle of a legal dispute. He's been harassing us. Have you filed a restraining order? Not yet. You should. This is criminal mischief. Could be more if it's part of a pattern. I'll file tomorrow. The utility company shows up an hour later, repairs the line, power's back on by midnight. Ellen and I sit in the living room, lights on, doors locked. He's escalating, she says. Yeah. What's next? I don't know. You said you'd know. I thought I would, but I didn't think he'd go this far. Should we leave? And go where? A hotel, somewhere safe. We're safe here. We have cameras, locks, alarms. He cut our power and got it on camera, which means more evidence, more charges. She doesn't look convinced. Ellen, we're not running. This is our home. I know, but I'm scared. So am I. You are? Yeah, but being scared doesn't mean we give up. She nods. We sit there until dawn. Friday morning, I file the restraining order. Takes 3 hours. Paperwork, photos, evidence. The clerk is sympathetic but professional. This will be reviewed by a judge. Usually takes 2 business days. If approved, your son will be served and required to stay at least 500 feet away. What if he doesn't? Then he'll be arrested. Good. At 11 a.m., Ellen and I meet with the DA. Her name is Rebecca Ortiz. Early 40s, sharp suit, sharper eyes. She has our file open on her desk. Mr. Brennan, Mrs. Brennan, thank you for coming in. I've reviewed your case. I want to move forward with prosecution. For what charges? I ask. Wire fraud, identity theft, forgery, filing a false lien. Possibly more as we investigate. What's the penalty? Wire fraud alone is up to 20 years, but realistically, if he pleads guilty, he's looking at 2 to 5. And if he doesn't plead, then we go to trial, which I'm happy to do. Your evidence is strong. Ellen leans forward. Will we have to testify? Yes, both of you. Probably multiple times. Against our son? Yes. She sits back. Okay. Rebecca raises an eyebrow. You're sure this will be difficult, emotionally? I'm sure, Ellen says. He made his choice. Now we're making ours. Rebecca nods. All right. I'll be in touch. Expect a grand jury hearing in 4 to 6 weeks. We leave. Ellen's quiet in the car. You okay? I ask. No. Second thoughts? No, just processing. Want to talk about it? Later. Right now I need to not think about it. Okay. We drive home. When we pull into the driveway, there's a truck parked across the street. I recognize it immediately. Brian's truck. Stay in the car, I tell Ellen. Michael. Stay. I get out. Brian gets out too. We meet in the middle of the street. What do you want? I ask. To talk. We have nothing to talk about. Dad, please. just listen. No. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I made mistakes. I was desperate, I didn't know what else to do. So you tried to steal from me. I didn't think of it like that. How did you think of it? Like borrowing. Like you'd understand. Understand? You filed a fake guardianship petition. You tried to have me declared incompetent. I was scared. Of what? Of losing everything. The house, the business, Melissa, everything. So you decided to take mine. He doesn't answer. You cut our power line, I say. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I have you on camera. That wasn't... Don't lie to me. Not anymore. Dad, I'm drowning. I need help. Then you should have asked for it, instead of trying to destroy me. I didn't think you'd understand. Try me. He looks at me. I owe people money. Bad people. They're not patient. How much? 80,000. I whistle. What for? Gambling. Investments that went wrong. Melissa's business ideas. It all just spiraled. And you thought stealing from me would fix it. I thought if I could just get ahead, just have enough to pay them off, then I could start over. By ending me. No, that's not... Yes, it is. You were willing to have me locked up in a facility so you could liquidate my assets. That's what the guardianship was about, wasn't it? He doesn't answer. That's answer enough. Get off my street, I say. Dad, get off my street or I call the cops and tell them you're violating the restraining order. It's not approved yet. I don't care. We stare at each other. A car drives by, slows down, watches, keeps going. I'm your son, Brian says quietly. No, you're not. My son died when you decided I was worth more to you as a corpse than a father. He flinches, like I hit him. I hope it was worth it, I say. It wasn't. Good. I turn around, walk back to the car. Ellen's watching through the window. Brian calls after me. I loved you, you know. I still do. I don't turn around, just keep walking. I get in the car. Ellen drives. I don't look back. What did he say? She asks. He apologized. Do you believe him? No. What now? Now we finish this. We drive home. The rest of Friday is quiet. No calls, no visits, no threats. Saturday morning, the restraining order is approved. Brian is served that afternoon. I get a notification on my phone. Service completed. Subject acknowledged receipt. Saturday night, my phone rings. Melissa. I answer. What? You destroyed him. He destroyed himself. You didn't have to go this far. You could have worked it out. He tried to steal my house. He was desperate. That's not an excuse. You're his father. You're supposed to help him. I did, for 34 years. I'm done now. You're going to let him go to prison. Yes. Over money. Over trust. Over betrayal. Over everything that matters. She's quiet for a second. Then, I hope you can live with yourself. I can. Can you? She hangs up. Ellen looks at me. She blames you. Of course she does. Do you blame yourself? No. Not even a little? No, I didn't do this. He did. But you're finishing it. Yes. And I'll sleep just fine. Sunday is quiet. We go to church, people stare. Some come up and offer support. Others avoid us. That's fine. I didn't come for them. After the service, Pastor David pulls me aside. Mike, I heard what happened. I'm sorry. Thanks. Do you want to talk about it? No. Are you okay? I'm fine. And Ellen? She's fine too. If you need anything, I'll let you know. He nods. Doesn't push. I appreciate that. Sunday afternoon, Paul calls. Grand jury is scheduled for 3 weeks from Monday. DA's office is moving fast. Good. They'll want to prep you, probably next week. Okay. How are you holding up? Fine. Really? Really. And your son? What about him? Have you heard from him? He showed up Friday. I sent him away. Good. Keep it that way. No contact? No conversations? Nothing that could be used against you? Got it. And Mike? Yeah? This is almost over. I know. But I'm wrong. Sunday night, 2:47 a.m., the alarm goes off. Loud, piercing, every sensor in the house screaming. I grab my phone, pull up the camera app. Front door. Someone's kicking it. Hard. Repeatedly. Ellen's awake. What's happening? Someone's at the door. Call 911. She does. I grab the baseball bat. Go downstairs. The kicking stops. I hear voices, shouting. 2 people, maybe 3. I check the camera. Brian, Melissa, someone else I don't recognize. Big guy, tattoos. Brian's yelling at the door. Open up, I know you're in there. Melissa pulls on his arm. Brian, stop, the cops are coming. I don't care. The big guy says something I can't hear. Brian shakes him off. I stay at the bottom of the stairs. Don't open the door, don't engage. Ellen comes down. Police are on their way. Good. Who's the third person? I don't know. Brian kicks the door again. The frame shudders, holds. Dad, open the door, we need to talk. He's drunk, Ellen says. She's right. His words are slurred, his movements unsteady. The big guy grabs Brian, pulls him back. Man, we need to go, now. Brian shoves him. Get off me. Cops are coming, you want to go to jail? I'm already going to jail, because of him. He points at the door, at me, at everything. Melissa's crying now. Brian, please, let's just go. No, I need to make him understand. Understand what? That I didn't mean it, that I'm sorry. He doesn't care. He has to. Sirens in the distance, getting closer. The big guy hears them. We're leaving, now. He grabs Brian by the arm, drags him to the truck. Melissa follows. They're gone in 30 seconds. The cops arrive 2 minutes later. I show them the footage. They take notes. Do you want to press charges? One asks. Yes. For what? Trespassing, harassment, violating the restraining order. Okay, we'll file a report. Send it to the DA. They leave. Ellen and I stand in the living room. The alarm is still going off. I turn it off. The silence is deafening. This has to stop, Ellen says. It will. When? Soon. How do you know? Because he's out of moves. This was it. His last desperate play. It didn't work. It's over. You promise? I promise. I'm wrong again. Monday morning, I wake up to 53 text messages, all from numbers I don't recognize. You're a monster. How could you do this to your own son? You deserve everything that's coming to you. I block them. They keep coming. Ellen gets them too. Where are they coming from? Melissa, probably. She's posting our numbers somewhere. Can we change them? Yeah. But let's wait until after the grand jury. Don't want to complicate things. My email is worse. Hundreds of messages. Most of them hate mail. Some of them threats. I forward the worst ones to Paul. He calls immediately. Jesus, Mike, you need to report this. To who? The FBI, this is harassment, possible witness intimidation. I'm not intimidated. That's not the point, this is illegal. So is what Brian did. Focus on that. I am, but you need to protect yourself. I have cameras, alarms, locks, I'm fine. And if someone shows up, then I handle it. He doesn't like it, but he doesn't push. Monday afternoon, Karen calls. I have news, the civil suit. Brian's lawyer wants to settle. For how much? Full restitution, $15,000 for the wire transfer, $42,000 for the lien, plus legal fees, about $70,000 total. No. No? I want more. Mike, $70,000 is a good settlement. I don't care. He tried to destroy me. $70,000 doesn't cover that. What do you want? I want him to lose everything. The house, the business, everything. That's not realistic. Then we go to trial. Trial takes months, maybe years. I have time. She sighs. Let me talk to Voss. See if we can push higher. Do that. She hangs up. Ellen's watching from the kitchen. You're really going to bleed him dry. she says. Yes. Why? Because he tried to do the same to us. Two wrongs don't make a right. Maybe not. But it makes me feel better. She doesn't argue. We eat dinner in silence. Tuesday morning, the grand jury prep starts. Rebecca Ortiz walks us through everything. What they'll ask, how to answer, what not to say. Don't embellish, don't speculate, just stick to the facts. If you don't know something, say you don't know. Got it. And don't get emotional. I know this is personal, but the grand jury needs to see you as credible, reliable, not vindictive. I'm not vindictive. She raises an eyebrow. You sure about that? I'm seeking justice. Justice or revenge? Is there a difference? Legally, yes. Emotionally, maybe not. We practice for 3 hours. Q&A, mock testimony, role-playing. By the end, I'm exhausted. You'll do fine, Rebecca says. Just remember, stay calm, stick to the facts. Trust the process. Okay. We leave. Ellen's quiet in the car. What are you thinking? I ask. I'm thinking this is really happening. In 3 weeks, we're going to sit in front of a grand jury and testify against our son. Yeah. And you're okay with that? Yeah. I wish I was. You don't have to be okay with it. You just have to do it. I know. We drive home. The house feels empty, cold, like something's missing. That night, I can't sleep. Again. I go to the kitchen, make coffee, sit at the table with my notes. Ellen finds me at 3 a.m. You're obsessing. I'm preparing. You're overdoing it. There's no such thing. She sits down across from me. Mike, I need to ask you something. What? Do you still love him? I don't answer right away, because I don't know. I don't know, I finally say. That's honest. I loved the kid he was. I don't know who he is now. Do you want to? No. Really? Really. He made his choice. He chose money over family. I can't forgive that. Ever? Ever. She nods slowly. Okay. Just wanted to know where you stood. Where do you stand? I don't know yet, but I'm getting there. We sit in silence. The clock ticks. The refrigerator hums. Normal sounds in an abnormal life. Wednesday, Karen calls back. Voss countered. 90,000, final offer. Still no. Mike, I said no. If you refuse, we go to trial. Discovery, depositions, months of fighting, and you might not win. I'll win. You don't know that. I have evidence, documents, witnesses. How do I not win? Because juries are unpredictable. Because Voss is good. Because Brian might find a way to make you look vindictive. I don't care. You should. Tell Voss we go to trial. She sighs. Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. Wednesday night, someone throws a brick through our front window. 11:22 p.m. Glass everywhere. A note wrapped around the brick. You'll pay for what you did. I call the cops. They come, take photos, take the note, file a report. Any idea who did this? One asks. My son, or someone working for him. Can you prove it? I have cameras. Did they catch anything? I pull up the footage. The angle's wrong. Can't see who threw it. Just a shape, movement, then gone. Sorry, the cop says. Not much we can do without a clear ID. What about the note? We'll check for prints, but unless they're in the system, it won't help. They leave. Ellen and I board up the window with plywood. Temporary fix. I'll call a glazier in the morning. This is getting dangerous, Ellen says. I know. Maybe we should take the settlement. No. Mike, no. We don't back down. Not now. Even if someone gets hurt? No one's getting hurt. You don't know that. I have cameras, alarms. I have a plan. What plan? I don't answer, because I don't have one yet. But I will. Thursday morning I call a private investigator. Name's Tom Russo, retired cop. Works freelance now. Jim recommended him. What do you need? Tom asks. I need you to follow someone. Document where they go, who they meet, what they do. Who? My son. Your son? Yes. Why? I explain. The fraud, the harassment, the threats. Jesus, Tom says. Okay, I can do it. $200 a day plus expenses. Deal. When do you want me to start? Today. Give me his address. I do. Tom gets to work. Thursday afternoon, Tom sends photos. Brian at a bar, Brian at a pawn shop, Brian at a storage unit, Brian with the big tattooed guy from Sunday night. Who's the guy? I text. Don't know. Running his plates now. An hour later, guy's name is Kyle Drucker, priors for assault, possession, extortion, works as an enforcer for a loan shark. I forward it to Paul. He calls immediately. Where'd you get this? Private investigator. Mike, you can't. I already did. This complicates things. Or it helps. If Brian's working with criminals, that's more evidence. Or it's entrapment. I'm not entrapping anyone. I'm documenting. Fine, but be careful. Friday, Tom sends more photos. Brian and Kyle at a warehouse. Brian handing over an envelope. Kyle counting money. Looks like he's paying off a debt, Tom texts. Where's he getting the money? I text back. Don't know, but I'll find out. Friday afternoon, Tom texts again. Just saw him leave a bank. He withdrew $8,000 in cash. From where? His account. But here's the interesting part. His account was overdrawn this morning. Someone transferred money in. 5 minutes before he withdrew it. Who? Working on it. An hour later, the transfer came from an account registered to Summit Contracting LLC. Melissa's company. Yeah, the one that filed the fake lien. Where'd she get the money? That's the question. I call Karen. Melissa's moving money, through her fake company, to pay off Brian's debts. How do you know? Private investigator. Mike, don't. Just tell me what it means. It means she's complicit, fully, and it means they're still committing fraud. Can we use it? Yes. Forward me everything. I do. Friday night, Karen calls back. This is gold. I'm amending the civil suit, adding Melissa as a defendant, and I'm sending this to Rebecca. This could add racketeering charges. Good. But Mike, if they figure out you're surveilling them, they won't. How do you know? Because they're arrogant. They think they're smarter than me. Are they? No. She laughs. Okay, keep me posted. Saturday morning, I get a call from an unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something tells me to. Hello? Mr. Brennan? A woman's voice, older, shaky. Yes? This is Patricia Drucker, Kyle's mother. I sit up straight. Okay. I need to tell you something about your son. I'm listening. Kyle's in trouble, deep trouble. He owes money, bad people. They're using him to collect. Collect from who? From your son. Brian borrowed $50,000 from a man named Victor Kane. He's dangerous. If Brian doesn't pay, they'll hurt him, or worse. Why are you telling me this? Because Kyle told me what your son's doing to you. The lies, the fraud. It's wrong, and I don't want my son involved. What do you want me to do? I don't know, but I thought you should know before it's too late. She hangs up. I sit there, phone in hand, staring at nothing. Ellen comes in. Who was that? Kyle's mother. Who's Kyle? The guy Brian's working with. He's a criminal, and Brian owes money to someone worse. How much? $50,000. Jesus. Yeah. What are you going to do? I don't know yet, but I do know. Deep down, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this. Saturday afternoon, I call Tom. I need an address. Victor Kane, loan shark. You sure? Yes. Mike, these guys don't mess around. Neither do I. What are you planning? Just get me the address. 2 hours later, he sends it. An office building downtown. 3rd floor, suite 304. Are you going there? Tom texts. Yes. When? Monday. Do you want backup? No. I'll handle it. This is a bad idea. Probably, but I'm doing it anyway. Saturday night, I don't tell Ellen. She'd try to stop me. She'd be right to try. But I'm past the point of being stopped. Sunday, we go to church again. Pastor David asks how we're doing. I lie and say fine. After the service, Jim pulls me aside. You okay? You look stressed. I'm fine. You don't look fine. I'm handling it. Handling what? Everything. He studies me. Mike, whatever you're thinking about doing, don't. I'm not thinking about anything. Bullshit. I've known you 30 years. I know that look. What look? The look that says you're about to do something stupid. I'm not. Promise me. I don't promise. Just change the subject. He doesn't push, but he knows. Sunday night, I pack a bag. Cash, ID, my phone, a digital recorder. I'm not going in unprepared. Monday morning, Ellen leaves for the grocery store. I wait until she's gone. Then I drive downtown. The building is unremarkable. Gray concrete, tinted windows, a directory in the lobby. Suite 304 is listed as VK Capital Services. I take the elevator. 3rd floor, turn left. Suite 304 is at the end of the hall. I knock. No answer. I try the handle. Locked. I knock again. Louder. The door opens. A woman in her 20s, professional clothes, too much makeup. Can I help you? She asks. I'm here to see Victor Kane. Do you have an appointment? No. Then he's not available. Tell him it's about Brennan. She hesitates. Wait here. She closes the door. I wait. 2 minutes. 5. The door opens again. Different person, male, late 30s, muscular, expensive suit. You're Michael Brennan? Yes. Come in. I follow him inside. The office is nicer than I expected. Leather furniture, framed artwork, a view of the city. Victor Kane sits behind a mahogany desk. 50s, salt and pepper hair, calm eyes. He gestures to a chair. Sit. I sit. You're Brian Brennan's father, he says. Yes. He owes me money. I know. You here to pay it? No. He raises an eyebrow. Then why are you here? To make a deal. What kind of deal? I'll give you information. You leave Brian alone. What information? Everything. Bank accounts, assets, locations, where he hides money, where his wife keeps the LLC records, everything you need to collect. Victor leans back. Why would you do that? Because he's a thief. He tried to steal from me. I want him to suffer. And you think I'll just take your word for it? No. I have proof. I pull out my phone, show him the bank records, the wire transfers, the LLC documents, everything Tom found. Victor reads carefully, takes his time. Finally, he nods. This is useful. So we have a deal? What do you want? I want you to take everything from him, legally. No violence, just drain him dry. And in return? In return, you leave me and my wife alone. Forever. He smiles. You're cold. I'm practical. Most fathers would protect their sons. Most sons don't try to destroy their fathers. He nods slowly. Okay, deal. I'll take what he owes. Plus, interest. Should wipe him out. Good. But if he comes after you again? He won't. Not after this. Victor stands, offers his hand. I shake it. Pleasure doing business, Mr. Brennan. Likewise. I leave. Take the elevator down. Walk to my car. Drive home. Ellen's back from the store. She's putting groceries away. Where were you? She asks. Errands? What kind? Just stuff. She studies me. You're lying. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Where were you? I sit down at the kitchen table. I went to see Victor Kane. Her face goes pale. The loan shark? Yes. Why? To make a deal. What kind of deal? I gave him everything he needs to collect from Brian. In exchange, he leaves us alone. You what? I gave him... I heard you. Jesus, Mike, do you know what you've done? I ended this. You sent criminals after our son. Our son sent criminals after us first. That's not the same. Isn't it? She sits down, puts her head in her hands. No, it's not. Kane doesn't work that way. He's smart. He'll just take Brian's money, his house, his assets. He'll ruin him financially. And that's better? Yes. How? Because it's what Brian tried to do to us. Eye for an eye. That's not justice. That's revenge. Call it what you want. It's done. She doesn't say anything. Just sits there. I can see her processing it, weighing it, deciding if she can live with what I've done. Finally, she looks up. I hope you're right. I am. And if you're not, then I'll deal with it. Monday night is quiet. No calls, no texts, no threats. Tuesday morning, Tom texts. Brian's house just got visited by some guys. They served papers, looks like a lawsuit. From who? VK Capital Services. That was fast. Yeah, they don't mess around. Tuesday afternoon, Brian calls. I answer. What did you do? He asks. His voice is shaking. What do you mean? Victor Kane. He's suing me, saying I defaulted on a loan. How did he know where to find me? I don't know. Maybe you should have paid him. You told him, didn't you? You gave him my information. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You're trying to destroy me. No, Brian, you destroyed yourself. I'm just watching. You're a monster. I'm your father. And you tried to steal my life. So yeah, I guess I am. I hang up. Ellen's watching from the doorway. He knows, she says. Yeah. And he's scared. Good. You're enjoying this. A little. That's not healthy. I don't care. Tuesday night, Melissa calls. I don't answer. She leaves a voicemail. You think you've won, but you haven't. We'll find a way out of this. And when we do, we're coming for you. Both of you. You'll regret this. I save the voicemail. Forward it to Paul. Exhibit Q, I text. He responds immediately. Jesus, these people never learn. Wednesday, the grand jury prep continues. Rebecca drills us on testimony, what to say, what not to say, how to stay calm under cross-examination. They'll try to rattle you, make you emotional. Don't let them. I won't. And Mrs. Brennan, same for you. They'll ask about your relationship with your son, how you feel. Don't get defensive. Just stick to the facts. Okay. Thursday, Tom texts again. Brian and Melissa just met with a bankruptcy lawyer. How do you know? Followed them. They were in there for 2 hours. Bankruptcy. Yeah. Looks like Kane's suit is hitting hard. Good. How far are you going to take this? As far as it goes. Mike, at some point you have to stop. Why? Because he's your son. He stopped being my son when he tried to steal my house. That doesn't mean you stop being his father. I don't respond. Just let Tom's words hang there. Friday morning, Karen calls. I have news. Voss called. Brian wants to drop the civil suit. Why? Because he can't afford to fight it. Between Kane's lawsuit and the pending criminal charges, he's broke. So he's giving up. Looks like it. What about restitution? He's offering to sign a confession of judgment for the full amount, $97,000, plus legal fees. When can I collect? Whenever you want. But Mike, he's filing for bankruptcy. You might not see a dime. I don't care. I want the judgment on record. Okay, I'll draw up the papers. Friday afternoon, I sit in my office and look at the list. Everything I've done, everything I've won. The guardianship petition denied, the criminal charges filed, the civil suit settled, the bankruptcy filed, Brian's house being taken, his assets frozen, his reputation destroyed. I've won. Completely. Decisively. So why don't I feel better? Ellen knocks on the door. Dinner's ready. I'm not hungry. You need to eat. I'm fine. She comes in. Sits down across from me. Talk to me. About what? About how you're feeling. I'm fine. No, you're not. You're obsessing. You're not sleeping. You're barely eating. I'm just focused. On revenge. on justice. There's a difference. Is there? She takes my hand. Mike, you've won.